Top of the morning, family members out there. It's your cousin, Cutting P. How y'all feeling out there on this bright, sunny day, Tuesday? We got to talk about this one. It hit close to home. However, I want to thank everybody for all the feedback and energy that I get in my inboxes, whether it be the Instagram, the Facebook, or the Twitter. Man, I definitely appreciate that love and that energy. And those that subscribe to my YouTube channel, big shout out to you all. And continue to repost on your page, if you will. Get me out of there. Get me out there. You're more than welcome to take whatever off my page and post it to your page, as long as it's in a suitable, productive way where you're pushing my energy in a positive manner. The last couple of days I've been getting inboxes from individuals wanting me to talk about if you will, toxic baby mamas and the effect they have on the kids towards the fathers. And I think that I'm qualified, to say the least, that I could speak on such matter, and I will. I'm also this is gonna be maybe a 3-part series. I'm trying to get over, because this is so heavy, and my message and what I have to say is not to degrade the black woman. However, it is to point out certain things that you may not see, in hopes that you do better in the best interest of the children and the father. As it is very important to have a child's mother in their lives, it is just important to have the father in their lives. Why? Because it represents balance. And what the mother gives the children, the father is unable to give the children. By nature, the woman is the nurturer. She's the first teacher of life. She's the cultivator of life. She's the compassionate heaven of life, the woman. As the man is the strength of life, the productive producer of life, the provider, the protector, and the maintainer of this life. There's so much wisdom that is to be given to a child from a man's perspective rather than a woman's, though the both represents balance. I read something on Facebook as I was receiving my messages in my inbox, and it said a toxic baby mother is just as worse as an absent father. And that statement is so profound because it's so true. Because the mother doesn't look at the bigger picture of things. Sometimes mothers are instant gratification, and what that entails is that she's in the moment of the emotion, and she makes that decision based off that emotion now, to whereas it's too hasty, it's quick thought out, and sometimes it could be premature for the long haul, for the longevity outcome of situations. Men don't know what women know, and women don't know what men know. The way the woman thinks and the way the man thinks is on two different levels of energy. A woman is more compassionate, oh baby. A man is more strong. Get it together. Handle your damn business. No, you can't. Very stern about building the foundation up under that child. Unfortunately, there are fathers that are not present in the child's life due to drugs, due to unfortunate things that super succeed his thought and what's in the best interest of his child. That's unfortunate. And we have mothers that are strung out on drugs that leave their children, unfortunately, not in the best interest of that child. Then you have situations where you have a productive father and a productive mother. And because what once was love turned into hate between them two, the woman is the nurturer of that child. So 9 times out of 10, when the love turns into hate, the man leaves, yet the child stays. And through envy, through dissatisfaction, the woman or that mother begins to criticize that father due to the emotional stress that was caused in their relationship. And the woman doesn't know that she's dropping seeds in that young child's head. And when the father comes over, the child has his or her nose turned up. You do that child a disservice to not honor his father based on your emotional outcome or your relationship with that man didn't work out. That's totally wrong. And so that child suffers from an emotional wreck due to the mother's meltdown. That's not fair, dear mothers. Dear mothers. There's something that says what's a mother's responsibility to herself, and there's also something that says let a child stay in a child's place. Your personal business ain't that child's business. because that child is getting one side of the story and it's unfair. That's ignorance at its finest, to implement your children in your personal affairs with a man or with their father, and create an atmosphere that's not healthy, that child starts to discredit his father, not look for his father, but most importantly, not honor his father. What is your purpose, mother? So that child goes through life unbalanced, because that child has none of the attributes of the father, none of the wisdom of the father in that child that may guide that child in the best of manners or the best direction in life. And so it's very important that you not do that. That's death to a child when you do that. You take everything from that child due to your ignorance and your emotion, and you shouldn't do that. That child deserves every ounce of wisdom, every ounce of love that father could give him. And when you snatch that away due to your emotional outbursts of distress because you guys didn't work out, there's a cause and effect for that. What is the cause and effect, Cousin P? The child becomes very unmannerable in school. There's no structure at home. Oh, shit. There's no structure at home because the father is absent, or you didn't took away the privileges of that father in that relationship they could have had, where the man could have instilled knowledge in that child. Due to your arrogance or your stubbornness, and your vindictive ways. Humble yourself, mother. You so focused on the picture, you forget about the frame that's bigger than the picture. It ain't about you, but you will make it about you. Dear mothers, do you know the psychological damage that's done when you put yourself in between the relationship of a father and his child? It's toxic. It's the same as if the father is not there. Toxic. I pray for you and those that have fell victim to emotional outburst, dissatisfaction between a father and a mother. Why do I say all this? What are you saying this, Cousin P? Because I'm a witness of how that woman worked. And though I have reconciled differences with my children's mothers, I'm a witness to the damage that has been done that they don't see because they don't look past their nose. They instant gratification seekers instead of longevity people. I have had to clean up a whole lot of damage due to the fact that I wasn't with the children's mothers anymore. And I moved on with my life. Calamity after calamity. And though the children's mothers know how strong I am, how powerful I am in terms of being productive, being a producer, fighting for what I believe, all that which my kids could have had, my discipline, never smoking or drinking, not a day in my life, that discipline. Always about business, always wanting the best and having the best, what I could have instilled into children long time ago. They snatched that due to the emotional distress of us not being in a relationship anymore. And then tried to make the relationship what they wanted it to be, on their terms. How, whatever fit them. Oh no, sister. It ain't on your terms, baby. You know, that couldn't happen. It got to be on mutual fair ground terms when you dealt with me, or it wasn't gonna be no terms at all. I've even had to go to court and the stress and the money that it requires, the time and the energy that's put in, you begin to grow hatred for one another. And the child sees that. All due to the woman being jealous and envy. And so you're building real estate in hatred and not love between the two. And the child takes on whatever the mother feels and whatever the mother says, and begins to disregard and disown you as the father, knowing it started from a lie or a misunderstanding or their story. And it stayed that way till you was able to sit down or allow the child to see the mother for who she is. This is not hate. This is not putting the mother down. This is actual facts. I've showed genuine love to mothers. And nevertheless, they didn't know how to reciprocate that love. So unfortunately, things didn't work out. And so they charged me with certain things. It ain't my fault that you didn't grow into the woman that God intended for you to be. It's just taking you a little bit longer. And that, unfortunately, we didn't. It was a bust. But the children that we produce are great. I have great relationships. I won't say great. Well, I have good relationships with my children's mother now. But all the time and energy that was wasted, what could the situation could have been different. So mothers, understand that you are just as toxic as an absent father. And I know there's fathers that don't even spend no time with the children, buy the children nothing, produce nothing for the children, affected by the disease of drugs, or affected by the climate of how can I put it? just a climate of not being the man that they intended to be, or not being a man at all. They affected by that disease. I'm gonna get a little deep on this, but I'm just printing out or spitting out that I'm qualified to speak on this one, and I will. This is part one. It's your cousin P from the B.